The quality of high-speed internet can vary greatly depending on where you're using it in our state. Is it strong enough to stream videos on a few devices at the same time? Is it reliable enough if you're running a business or learning or working from home? The Greater Des Moines Partnership put together a panel where I asked what challenges are ahead in connecting all of Iowa to compete with the world.
And so one of the greatest challenges, I think, is really our greatest opportunity, as it nearly always is. And it really has to do around this concept of health equity. And when I think of a lack of access to broadband, that creates a digital divide. And that digital divide absolutely contributes to health inequity. And so really that, again, the greatest opportunity here is, I think, if we are able to close or narrow that digital divide, we're able then to create some opportunities as it relates to health equity and really all of the zip codes within the state of Iowa.
But our biggest challenge that we are going to face is resources. We all know that the legislative body and Governor Reynolds is really proposing significant amount of funding towards this, which is definitely needed. But the problem that we face is that broadband is part of infrastructure. We all know that the federal government is putting money towards infrastructure, which means time, equipment, individuals to help us with the equipment in the state of Iowa is really going to be restricted. So we have to make sure that we stay on top of that. It reminds me somewhat in the state of Iowa where electricity was around the 1900s, but we really didn't have a federal initiative on electricity in the rural parts of Iowa until about 1936. And so that's 36 years later, and there's no way that we can do that. We have to have these resources, the time, the money, and really make a huge effort towards proliferating this very quickly.
Technology moves at such a rapid pace. How we keep up with it and maintain that investment for the long haul, I would think, is a challenge. But on the social side of this, as we get more Iowans that have access to high-speed internet, more access to the information and innovation economy, how are we upskilling these Iowans to utilize these systems that they've never really have been comfortable utilizing telemedicine or utilizing state government in a way where people that have more connectivity are literally buying homes online without looking at them. So how do Iowans, now that we give them access, how do we upskill them to the information economy and how to access some of these systems that probably some of us take for granted? So those seem two challenges on the funding front and on the social side.
Up next in the Insider's Quick Six, Senate Majority Leader Jack Whitver will be back with a question about his future.